Greetings. Welcome to the grammar lesson on gerunds and gerund phrases. In this lesson, you will learn that present participles not only function as adjectives, as in the earlier lesson about participle phrases, but also they can function as nouns. Now note that we focus here on present participles because only present participles, the verbs that end with ing, can function as nouns. In the case of past participles, they always function as adjectives, and they can never function as nouns, as in the case of gerunds. Now let's look at the 5 instances of gerunds in a sentence and how they function as nouns. Now, if you look at the first sentence, which is ironing is her worst house chore. If you look at the present participle, which is ironing, in this instance, ironing functions as a subject of the sentence, and that's its verb. In the second instance, her worst house chore is ironing. Again, the gerund ironing functions as a predicate nominative that follows the linking verb and renames the subject. In the third instance, she dislikes ironing. The function of ironing here is a direct object because it receives the action of the verb directly. But that she dislikes ironing. Again, in the fourth example, she does not believe in ironing. Yes, you guessed it. Ironing here function as object of preposition since it's part of the preposition phrase. Still, in the last example, she gave ironing a last try. If you look at this example and you look at the subject and the verb, that's the subject, that's the verb. So what did she give? She gave a last try. So since try receives the action of giving directly, this is a direct object. To whom did she give the last try? And the action that receives it indirectly, or to whom it is, it's ironing. In this case, ironing is the indirect object. Now we said that gerunds can function as nouns and they can also function as 5 instances of nouns in a sentence: as subjects, as predicate nominatives, as direct objects, as indirect objects, and as objects of preposition. The same thing applies with gerund phrases. That includes the gerund as well as all its modifiers. Now if you look at this example here and you look at the gerund phrase, it should include the gerund as well as all the words that modify it. So I'm going to include also writing 4 extended periods of time, and we stop just before the verb. So if you look at this phrase, you can notice that this gerund phrase includes 2 prepositional phrases. The first one is 4 extended periods that functions as an adjective in modifying the gerund writing. And the second one is of time that defines or modifies the noun periods. And thus the whole gerund phrase functions as the subject of the sentence. Gerunds can also be preceded by modifiers or adjectives. They can be any adjective or they can be any possessive pronoun. So this one can be preceded by, for example, his writing. And so his should be included as part of the whole gerund phrase. One more thing to add to the phrases is that phrases always act as singular. So if you look at this instance, writing for extended periods of time, that functions as the subject of the sentence. It functions as a singular subject indicated by the S in the verb. And if you continue the sentence with an improved writing skills, if you look at the second word, writing, although it seems that it's like the first one, it does not function, however, as a noun. It functions as an adjective modifying skills, and thus this is not a gerund but a participle. Now, gerunds and gerund phrases are always modified by possessive nouns or possessive pronouns. Never use an object pronoun before the gerund phrase. For instance, I resent your littering around the room. If you look at the gerund phrase, the gerund phrase is modified by a possessive pronoun, or sorry, in this case, a possessive pronoun. Never use the object pronoun him to signify modifying. So whenever you see a gerund phrase preceded by an object preposition, or sorry, an object pronoun, then this sentence is grammatically incorrect, and then you have to fix it and change it into a possessive pronoun.